Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, welcome to the next episode of Season 5 of The 100. Last episode was Shifting Sands, and we had more characters finally reuniting with each other after 6 years apart. We had all the people coming down from space, now reuniting with Octavia, although as we saw from the very end of the episode, she didn't look too happy about the whole situation. She reunited with Bellamy, she said she was glad he was alive, but then also leaned in to be like, if you ever speak out against me again, bad things are going to happen. And then he was kissing Echo, and she was just like glaring at them. You could just see the Octavia that we know and love is just not there at the moment. And like I said a while ago, in one of the reactions, to me she just looks very dead behind the eyes. It's just not the woman that we knew, the girl that we knew. And so some really bad things are happening, or have happened to her. And obviously, I think a lot of it, as I've spoken to people on Patreon about this as well, because it's not on YouTube yet, but a big part of it for me at least is that she never wanted to be a leader, she never wanted to be in charge, and she made that very vocal at the end of season 4 with the bunker situation. She's like, I'm not a leader, but she was kind of forced into that situation and obviously hasn't handled it too well. But we still don't know everything that went down in the bunker, we've still got some stuff to learn, but I'm very excited to see where that goes. There was quite a lot of interesting things up in the last episode. It feels like this season is moving at a fast pace. I'm still struggling to keep up with who everybody is, what's going on with everybody, and like Raven was up on the ship and now she's down on Earth, and then Murphy's getting kidnapped with a shock collar, and there's Sand Snakes, and there's Abby's getting ill, and there's this person that's trying to survive, and there's a lot, but I'm enjoying it and I'm excited to see where the season goes, especially with the Octavia storyline, and I'm just wondering where it's going to end up. I can just imagine there's going to be a big war between all the camps, but as usual, we'll have to wait and find out. This episode is called Exit Wounds. I don't know what that could be. Maybe more casualties now that they've come out of the bunker. Well, they came out of the bunker like 2 episodes ago, so maybe it's a bit too late to focus on that. I don't know. Let's jump into it to find out. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know down in the comments what you thought of the episode. And if you want to watch the full reaction to this episode, there's a Patreon link in the description box down below for those who are interested. Let's jump into Season 5, Episode 6 of The 100, Exit Wounds. So what I do wonder is if the whole season's going to be a big fight for the Shadow Valley. But then I thought about these things in past seasons where, right, okay, it's going to build up towards the finale, or it's going to be about this. And then halfway through the season, they blow the whole place up, like they blew the Ark up and all the Ark burnt down, and other places like that. So I'm usually pretty wrong with my estimates. I'll have to wait and see. I would just previously ended with like Octavia's looking at Bellamy and Echo, and that look she gave them was scary.
Maddie's a big fan. She's heard every story about the girl under the floor who saved the human race. And what's your story? You survived 6 years of radiation? What's your secret? Synthetic nightblood. Like me. I took her to Becca's lab, shared my bone marrow to keep her alive.
Oh.
You're lucky Clark found you.
Ready to move?
So I thought she was an actual
Another day's
Nightblood,
rest.
She needs to be with her people.
but she made her into an Nightblood. Okay.
I'm done licking my wounds.
Unless she's saying that to protect her from Octavia. I don't know.
Come for now.
Don't follow Octavia. Not right now. She's scary.
You have to lie to everyone to keep you safe. If the Grounders find out what you are,
I put her in charge.
some of them might try to replace Octavia with you.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought might happen.
Can't have you caught up in a power struggle.
So I feel like if Octavia knows that she's a real Nightblood and knows that they're going to put her in
Especially during a war.
charge, Octavia will probably try and take Maddie out. Which could still happen.
You said they needed to see me, but they can barely look at me. What aren't you telling me?
Word has spread about our defeat in the wasteland. Dios's firepower has crippled us, but now we know the warning signs of rebellion. I once betrayed you when you were vulnerable, when Wonkru was living in fear. Look around you. It will happen again unless you take control.
Octavia,
But what does that mean? Hi, wet Bellamy.
see you back on your feet. Tried to get in to see you, but they wouldn't
What
let
is she doing here?
I just wanted to thank you.
She proved herself dozens of times on the ring.
This isn't the ring.
One group.
I told you last episode.
This murderer.
She
from the
banished
bunker
her.
6 years ago. My judgment still stands.
Oh,
She has 24 hours.
I'm surprised to give her that long. I'd just be like,
She fights in the arena.
Ooh, interesting. The hell is all that? Oh no. I don't trust it. Are they bombs?
People of One Crew, abandon your weapons. Leave One Crew behind and join us in Shallow Valley. We have plenty of
Do I trust
and
it?
shelter for those seeking a better life.
We need to place the House of Defectors.
Defectors.
There?
You and your politics. 2 missiles and this war would be over.
And then what? How many of our people are farmers? How many are engineers?
How many are expected to die of a mystery virus?
Say that again.
Same sort of discussions they were having with the bunker. Like, it's alright, get rid of everybody, but
Abby's working round the clock
you need
to
people
find a
who
cure for you
can
and
work.
the others.
You think we're dividing their forces. But he is dividing ours.
You're the one pointing a gun.
I thought you wanted to win this war.
In war, the greatest victory is one that requires no battle.
She needs to take McCreary
We have
out.
everything.
Because if
The
not,
valley, the weapons,
I think he's gonna come for her. I've saying it for a while
eye in the
now.
sky.
Must be hard,
Shut up, McCreary.
being a visionary surrounded by people who can't see.
Story of my life.
I think I'm starting to like Dioza more, but I think maybe that's a byproduct of how much I'm starting to dislike McCreary.
All I need is a relay tower on the ground that we build out of scrap and a computer. I should be able to blind the eye from right here.
Good plan. Once
Interesting.
down, we can attack.
Fine. Miller set Monty up. Cooper, shoot anyone who tries to defend.
I thought she got a pooper.
Time to
Hey,
train.
pooper.
Perhaps she could train with our novitiates and tell them about it.
Thank you, but Maddie's not One Crew.
Maddie's so excited
She's
about it
Shallow
all.
Valley.
So that's how you survived. Is it true that Prime Viam is the entire valley?
Yes, but that's not how I survived. Clark used her bone marrow to make me a Nightblood. I owe her my life.
Gaia, would you excuse us?
Something tells me she didn't buy that story.
You fight like this, get her.
Not allowed to do in space for 6 years.
Come on, Bellamy, try and talk through to her. I'm hoping there's a moment, like, again, I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it. For those who are in the know, the end of Buffy season 6. That's all I'll say. Hoping there's a moment like that, because I will cry.
She is not your enemy.
I mean, the moment with Xander. That's all I'll say. Oh God.
We all have things to answer for. Things that shouldn't be forgiven but are. Because we did them for our people.
Yeah.
Our family. Echo is no different.
The truth? Surrender. Only a fool fights a war they can't win. I've got a better idea. Spy for me. When that ship comes back tonight, people will try to defect. And I can't let that happen.
Tavia, that is not what I meant.
No. But it's smart. Bring me their names before they defect. And your banishment is lifted.
Hey, it's kind of cool though, isn't it? Like, we know what she's good at, we know how much anger Octave has towards her, but she's useful.
We saw Bloodrunner cast you out. Where will you go?
I haven't figured that part out.
We have.
What's that?
Love, what a clear
Oh.
If we had the courage, we would have left with Kane. But now we have a second chance to go home.
What happened to us being the good guys?
We are.
Really? Letting her kill people for defecting? Correction. Thinking about defecting.
Raven's a prisoner. Murphy has a shock collar around his neck and is alone in the woods with Amori. This is how we get back to them.
Some bad things went on down here at Bellamy. No one will talk about it. Not even the ones that want to defect. I can see it in their faces. I'm sorry. I know this means I'll be banished.
Oh.
But I can't do it.
Oh. I like that.
You Saved our lives again. Thank you, by the way.
That wasn't me. That was Bellamy. I was ready to go to war to protect her.
Looks like we both found new families.
Oh.
And what about the flame?
What about it? The time of the commanders is over.
Does Gaia still have it?
They say you made her into a Naplita. Is that true?
Just say yes. Yeah, okay.
I can still tell when you're lying.
Is she gonna pass that information on?
Gaia? What the hell do you think you're doing?
Protecting the last true net leader. As my order has always done.
I told you she would know if she was lying. Gaia's a smart cookie. Unless she protects her because she knows that Octavia will kill her. Smart.
Whose side are you on? What are you? Flamekeeper or One Crew?
Bloodbringer saved my life. But that doesn't mean I can forget my faith.
Come on, Gaia, come through.
She's a child.
Yes, a Nightblood child. Who appeared 2 days after we rose from the ashes.
Exactly.
That's no coincidence, Clark. Octavia's not gonna see it that way.
Hell no.
Neither do I. And I'm not the one you should be afraid of.
Go. Before she sees you.
Oh, she's trying to help.
I hope you know what you're doing.
These are dangerous times for all of us.
You're Maddie?
I'm sorry, my friend. But a true Nightblood could tear One Crew apart.
Yeah, okay. I was right.
Give me till morning to tell Octavia myself.
If you tell the truth, she will show mercy.
It's weird, like, with obviously everything that's happened in the 6 years, we just don't know who to trust anymore.
Why'd you leave me?
Because you broke my heart.
Oh.
After you pushed me away again and again and again till I had no choice.
Because you didn't need me anymore. You was always off with Raven doing your own thing.
So what?
Was it jealousy more than anything else?
You were jealous? I was part of something bigger than myself. I didn't know I needed that, but I did.
You should have held her up and supported
And you
her.
punished me for it.
Ring's starting to look pretty good right about now.
I'm not turning people in so you can execute them. A spy and a murderer with a conscience. You're right, Bellamy. She has changed. Do you have the names or not?
There's something else. Monty was wrong. He can't hack the eye from here, not without inside help.
So you've both failed.
Not exactly.
What is that?
Inside help.
You want me to let you defect?
Either that, or your people starve to death here in Polis when your farm stops producing.
Out of the question. I'm not sending you on a suicide mission.
Octavia.
Dioza knows who you are. She knows you're my brother. She'll never believe you're a defector. She'll believe me. I already have the perfect cover. I'm banished. The defectors think I'm one of them.
Yep.
If you're discovered, or you fail to take down the eye, no one is coming to save you. We found each other in a cage. Whatever happens,
Yeah.
I know we'll find each other again.
Well, that sounds like a goodbye if I ever heard one. God, this TV show. But I always find it weird to think how far back she was in it, because she was such a minor character back then. Oh baby.
Nyla knows the truth about you. When Octavia finds out.
Octavia's your friend.
She used to be.
Not right now.
But 6 years is a long time. Octavia is not the girl from the stories I told you. Not anymore.
You think she'll hurt me?
I don't know.
Oh god, I feel like mine's gonna go to
But
her.
I do know that I can't risk anything bad happening
Oh,
to
stop
you.
trying to guess.
If anything happens to me, you need to find my mom. You find Abby, okay? Do you understand?
She's sad. 'Cause it's like a mother-daughter relationship almost.
We know you're in here, Murphy. You have 5 seconds to come out. 3.
Are you really
2,
stupid?
1.
That was so obviously a trap. I don't feel like McCreary would be dead though. It's just too easy. Oh.
This doesn't mean we're back together.
Go for it, girl. You get some.
We have a hostage.
Smart.
Maddie, wait here.
Don't leave Maddie alone. She might go off on her own.
Echo's defecting?
Not exactly. Come on, I'll explain in the bunker.
Bellamy.
Clark, you don't understand. Echo's defecting so we can take down the Eye, and once it's
No,
down...
you don't understand. Diosa is the least of my concerns. Your sister is dangerous, and Maddie's...
God. Shock horror.
They're shooting at the defectors.
Yeah. I just gotta make it look realistic.
Cooper!
Oh, was it Cooper? Not Hooper. Or Pooper.
What the hell is wrong with you? Octavia said to let them go.
Who do you think gave me the order?
Yeah. I kinda figured as much.
Is it done?
Blood Raina.
I told you Maddie was gonna go to her. I told you.
Maddie. What are you doing here?
I need to tell you something.
I was right from the start. I could just see Maddie's eyes because she looked up to Octavia.
One.
Maddie! Maddie!
Maddie.
What the hell are you doing? You were just trying to protect her. But Maddie no longer needs your protection. She has mine. I know what it's like to be the girl under the floor. You don't have to be afraid anymore. Your training begins tomorrow.
I knew this was going to happen. Just because she was like, I look up to you. I just told you all these stories about you.
Safe with me.
Oh, fuck.
I did it to keep you safe.
That's my job. And you've just made it a whole lot harder.
But then if Octavia trains Maddie up to be this, like, fierce bitch.
We had a deal. You said you would let them go.
I said I'd let Echo go. And I did.
You murdered your own people.
I executed traitors. And I made it look like a real defection.
Yeah.
Let me know when the Eye is down.
Cold. She is cold.
Got any weapons? Anything shiny?
Nothing. She needs a doctor.
Quiet. Eyes front.
What is this?
Just a precaution.
Do I get one too?
Stop worrying, Kane. I take care of my friends. Now come on, let's go home.
I mean, that little relationship is interesting. Just put it there. Smart. That is smart. I'll give him that. Poor girl, though. Like, I know you're injured, but also... Okay, that was my reaction to the 100 Season 5 Episode 6 Exit Wounds. And again, I just apologise if the lighting was very odd throughout. It was very, very, very bright in here. Whilst I keep this curtain shut across, if the sun goes through that side, sometimes it bounces off the wall just behind the computer. and it makes my face glow. And I know when the episode stopped and it closed off, I saw how bright my face was. So I'll do what I can. Some of you don't care. I know it's mostly me that cares. Most of you just don't. You just want to watch the episode. You're not that bothered. But it's just something that bothers me. So I know that some people might not like it. I'll do what I can. That was interesting. That was a good episode. I liked it. It was more of not knowing how to feel about Octavia, because she's cool in that she's a badass, fierce leader. And if it wasn't Octavia, I'd probably be like in love with her. Like, who's this badass bitch who's in charge, who takes no shit, who will happily just like do what she's got to do to save her own people, regardless of how harsh that can be. But because it is Octavia, and because we know her from the girl who was under the floor, like she said, and all the things that she's gone through, I'm more protective of her, and I just don't like seeing her make those decisions. Like, even though the decision at the end, when they were going to fake a defection with Echo, the decision to kill some of the people, to make it look real, makes perfect sense, realistically, because if they all just ran to the ship and there was no sort of pushback from Octavia, Dios on that would be like, well, that was too easy. But by shooting a few of the people, it does make it look more realistic. And the problem with that, obviously, is that you're then shooting your own people and causing more kind of maybe dissent amongst your own people. But the only way to get Echo onto that ship safely and successfully, without them thinking that she's a spy, is to take out some of your own people along the way. It's harsh. It's sad for the people that got shot, especially because there's that couple that went to Octavia. Not just Octavia, to Echo, when they found out she was going to be banished. Obviously, one of them's dead, one of them is bleeding now. But she made the smart decision to put the little thing inside the wound, which I thought was pretty cool. That was a good little twist to Rooney. Yeah, it was good, but I did completely guess right what was going to happen with the Maddie situation. So, a couple of people found out Maddie was a Nightblood, not the fake one that they're trying to pass her off as. She was a real Nightblood, like as in genetic, not synthetic. And Gaia figured it out straight away that Clark was lying. Nyla figured out that Clark was lying. And then it's one of those, like, who do you trust? Who do you not trust? I kind of trusted Gaia, but not Nyla. And luckily I was right. But normally I'm wrong in those situations. I thought it was going to be like, yes, let's trust Gaia, let's go with Gaia. And it turns out she's the one that's actually more loyal to Octavia and whatnot. But obviously they want to protect Maddie. Gaia wants to protect Maddie, because if Octavia finds out Maddie's a Nightblood, Nightbloods with ground history, tradition, go in charge. And then if Maddie's in charge, that means Octavia's not in charge. And so Octavia would want to kill Maddie. Now, there was a moment, I saw it when Maddie saw Octavia, and she was just like, I've heard like so many stories about you. I can't remember exactly how it played out, but essentially she said she's heard all the stories about you. I told her all about the girl under the stairs, and how Maddie clearly looked up to who Octavia was. And there was a moment a bit later on when I just kind of knew that Maddie was going to go to it. I don't know why. I think maybe it was because every time she looked at Octavia, or they talked about Octavia, she was like smiling. The way she looked at her was like admiration. And it became clear that she clearly idolised Octavia. And I thought maybe she thought, well, if I go to Octavia and explain my situation, she will not kill me. Now, what I thought might happen was that she'd go to her, and Octavia, being the Blood Raider that she is now, would kill her. Just, you're dead. Obviously, that didn't happen. What's actually going to happen is she was like, well, I don't want to be Maddie was like, I don't want to be a commander, but here's the situation. And so Octavia's going to use that to her advantage and to train her up and use her. Now, it's not going to be as smooth sailing as that, because it's the 100. So whether it's going to end up being something like Maddie will eventually decide that she doesn't want to take over, or other people find out she's actually a Nightblood and kind of want her to be in charge over Octavia, I don't know. But I just don't see it ending really well. Like, that whole master-student relationship is an interesting storyline, but I've seen it in other media, in books and things that I've read, where it just doesn't end particularly successfully. But we'll have to wait and see how that all plays out over the rest of the season. We've got another 7 episodes left, so already almost halfway through the season. After like half of the next episode, it'll be halfway point, and things are changing dramatically. Like Clark and Maddie with this tight-knit relationship, and Clark was doing everything she can to protect Maddie. Maddie was trying to protect Clark. But then even at the end of this episode, it feels like Maddie's slowly veering more towards Octavia than Clark, just because of Octavia's going to train her up. She looks up to Octavia so much, and even though Clark has protected her and helped her over the 6 years, you know, kids aren't the most emotionally mature people at best of times, and she can maybe be manipulated into siding more with Octavia's belief system, which we know is quite harsh. But yeah, I'm very excited to see how that plays out. No Abby in this episode, which was fine. Not much Kid in this episode, which was fine, although the relationship with him and Dios is still interesting to me. I don't really massively care about it that much, but it does interest me that she's kind of just taking him under her wing, and she's like, I protect my friends, and she's just taken this liking to him. Is it because she fancies him? Is there something that I missed? Most likely. But there's just something about Kane that she's trusting. So again, how that will develop, I don't know. But maybe he could find a way to, I don't know, infiltrate the upper ranks and then take them down, maybe, potentially, as a way to protect Abby, amongst other people. I liked the Murphy stuff this episode. It was cool to see him and Amori having a chat about what happened, and we actually found out, we kind of knew that he was kind of pushing people away on the arc and that he was not really helping, but to hear it kind of a bit more like, you push me away, you push me away, and not just that, but when I was kind of getting training with Raven and becoming part of the team, rather than help me be a better person and support me and lift me up through that and be my partner, it was jealousy. You weren't happy about it, you wanted me to stop, you didn't support me, you just pushed me away. So part of that makes me feel for Murphy, because I get he's a very insecure boy deep down. We've learned a lot about his backstory, and we just know that he builds that wall up because it protects himself. It's easier to push people away than it is to let them hurt you, and I guess that's his mentality. But it's also frustrating because it's like he has a girlfriend that loves him, a group of people that want to be his friend and a teammate, and he's pushing people away, and obviously it's led to him being separated from them. But him and Amori seem to have reconciled, at least sexually. They were going to bang it out in the woods by the looks of it. Obviously McCreary got into the explosion and he seems to have survived it, which is going to take him hostage. Again, pretty cool. I like that. Although McCreary is a shifty one. I don't know. I feel like they're not going to be able to keep him hostage for long, so they've got to be very careful with him and how they treat it. But yeah, I enjoyed the episode. It was a good one. I'm excited to get to the halfway point of the season as it starts to build more towards this big war between the two clans. At the moment, the game plan obviously is take out the Eye so that they can get to the Shadow Valley and hopefully kill everybody. That's the plan as it stands right now. But this show being the show, as we've said every season so far, things aren't going to go to plan, I presume. And the plan to take down the Eye might happen, but then something else will go wrong. Or they won't take down the Eye, or they'll think they're taking down the Eye, and then it won't go. And then they'll kill loads of the people, and we'll have to wait and see over the rest of the season what happens. As always, my name is Scott. Hope you guys are well, taking care of yourselves and staying safe. If you enjoyed the video, leave some comments down below and let me know what you thought of the episode. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and there's a Patreon link in the description box if you want to help support the channel and watch a couple episodes in advance if you're watching on YouTube. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of The 100. Bye guys, stay safe.